Well, good morning, Freedom Forgers. Hey, I just thought I'd let you know what I'm up to today. So let me tell you a story. Probably about 10 years ago, we had some sheep. And not having sheep before, we didn't know that having 4 ewes and 1 ram would result in so many babies and just way overgrazed the land that we had. And then additionally, we got some hay that was free, and the reason it was free was that it was full of these Scottish thistles. I think they're Scottish thistles. Anyway, this is the worst part of the pasture, but this whole pasture for the last 10 years, I've been trying to rehabilitate. And since sheep are essentially goat-like creatures, they like to be on the high space, and this is uphill right here. And so they spent a lot of time in this area. So what have I been doing to rehab this? Well, let me just tell you that this grass over here did not exist after the sheep. It's slowly been creeping its way from down here up the hill. And occasionally I will gather some of the seed of the native grasses here and I'll deposit it up on this hill. But how I manage these Scotch thistles, and it looks like there's a lot of them, but you should have seen it before. So every year I wait until these Scotch thistles get these flower buds on them, but before they break open, and I take some lopping shears and I cut them right to the ground. Why do I wait until they're this high? Well, this particular evil little plant, if you cut it down in the spring, it will spring 5 or 6 more seed heads like a freaking hydra. So if you try to manage them in the spring, then you just compound the problem. So what I do is I cut them down this time of year, and what happens generally is there's not enough time, not enough growing season left for them to get flower heads again. They may grow, but they won't get the flower heads on them. And so if they do, it's just a couple, and that's easy to manage. The other reason I wait until they're this big is because this is a lot of compostable material. The only thing that is a danger are these flower buds, because they may have seeds in them. Even though they haven't blossomed out, they may have viable seeds in there, and I just don't want to take the chance. So what I do is I gather them all up, and I take them and strip the leaves off and throw them all in the compost pit, and then I burn the seed heads. So I've got a big load of them here. Let's just walk down this way. You guys, if you would have seen the before picture, what this pasture looked like, you just wouldn't believe the recovery that it's made. The other weed that I'm battling is this sour dock, curly dock, yellow dock. I don't know, it's got a bunch of relatives and a bunch of different names, but this is what I'm talking about, is this stuff right here. But it has been getting less and less, and I let this happen because it has just been getting choked out as the grass moves in, and it does create a lot of biomass from the stalks and the leaves, although this year all of the leaves have been skeletonized out by a little green beetle that lives on this stuff. I don't know what it is. It also likes my rhubarb, but I think this is just nature's way of phasing this plant out as the grasses, and you can see here the yarrow is coming back. All the yarrow was gone. Now there's cows grazing in here now. My neighbor brings his Scottish Highland cows, and I let them graze, and they'll be gone in a couple weeks, but there's still quite a bit of feed down there for them. But the great thing about the cows is they put cow pies everywhere, and they increase the fertility of the ground. So slowly but surely, I'm getting this pasture rehabilitated, and everybody's like, oh, why not just spray them with poison? Well, I don't get the benefit. You know, permaculture, you're trying to take all the abundance that's created on your land and reincorporate it into the land. So I get the added benefit of the compostable material. I get out and get some exercise, get some fresh air and some sunshine. It's all very good. Now let me just walk you over and show you the big pile that I've got already. It's probably going to take me 3 or 4 trips to get this handled, but the thistle is primarily up there now, but before it was through, sorry, I didn't mean to move that fast. It was throughout this pasture. And so it is slowly receding back. It's only up on the hill where the ground is really bare, but we're working on fixing that. So anyway, here's my big pile that I have that I'm gonna take and go process right now. I might get it all done today, I might not. But anyway, that's the method, guys. That's what I do. You could do the same thing with this yellow dock if you were so inclined. You could just either chop and drop these stalks and leaves when they're a little younger, take these seed heads off and dispose of them. You know, or maybe, you know, it just depends on how you look at it. If you've got a bare piece of land that needs to be repaired, this isn't a bad plant to put that, because it does create a ton of biomass, and the rabbits love these leaves. In the spring, I feed a ton of this stuff to my rabbits. So it does produce a prolific amount of seeds, as you can see. Anyway, guys, remember to go out today and do something to forge your freedom and make your personal liberty more resilient. Have a good day. Bye now. Surprise, you guys thought I was gone. Hey, I just wanted to quickly show you, it's a day after I processed all of that Scotch thistle. This is my compost pile, and you can see the leaves here. Just a ton of organic matter that's going to make beautiful compost. And let me just walk you over to the fire pit and show you what I do with the stalks. So I don't get absolutely every leaf off of it, and I don't process the stalks. I just leave the seed head attached to the stalk. I get most of the big leaves off, and then I just pile them up. And as soon as they dry out, I will light them up. But I had more than I could fit in the compost pile. So let me show you what I did. So as I mentioned yesterday, this is the grassy part of the pasture down here. But as you move up the hill, you can see how bare and damaged this ground is. So this is where the thistles were. So I just simply stripped all the leaves right here in place and took the stalks and seed heads out with me. And you can see that's just a lot of organic matter that will break down and improve this ground. So yeah, I got it all done. Oh, it looks like I missed one right there. I'll get that one. But I got up on that hill, and there's a lot more of that curly dock up there. But again, I noticed a bunch of yarrow up there, and some lupine appeared that used to be here but was gone, but it's now back. So anyway, just thought I'd tag that onto this video. Have a great day, guys. It's July 4th where I'm at, and happy to live in a country where we have so many opportunities and so many freedoms. We need to work on hanging on to those guys. There's trouble. So everybody do their part, and let's restore the liberty. And you can do that by building your personal liberty right in your own backyard. Bye now.